So this year I figured instead of the GSX S1000, I'll do the GSX 1000F. So the only difference really is the fairing on it. I didn't think the other one needed a fairing, honestly. It didn't have wind buffeting. It didn't really feel like it was a naked. It was pretty comfortable. Although we'll see how this one behaves.
When we get riding, when we get to the back side on by the airport.
Yes.
We're going now. Just stay back. In front of me, but stay back so you can have a little bit of excitement through the corner. That way you're not up on everybody.
Sounds good.
It sits 35, 45 through there. I usually I'll fall way back, and then I'll just do what I want to do through it, and you can do the same thing.
Okay.
Clutch has got it pulled in?
Yeah, it's neutral.
Is that kill switch on?
Oh, that's what it was. Thanks. I was talking to the guy that came up before the test ride went up, and I was letting him know that every year that I try to do these rides, there's always some jackass in front that's really slow. And you can see it on my other YouTube video. And I've had enough people write to me to tell me that I should have passed, that this year I try to make sure that the instructor knew that I wanted to give it a little bit more gas and have some fun. So we'll see. It seems like this motorcycle is way better tuned than the one I rode last year. Because the one from last year, the throttle was super twitchy, and this one's fine. It really feels like any other motorcycle now. So yeah, disregard my comments about the snappy, twitchy throttle from last year. It was all down to just the throttle cable. Because that's the other thing I thought last year, that this GSX 1000 was ride by wire, but it's conventional throttle. If I was in the market to buy a new 1000, I would definitely consider this line, the GSX S1000, but I don't know if I would get the faired one or not. I don't think that this is adjustable, so you really don't get a lot of benefit from having a fairing. It's not like you needed it on the other one. Maybe if you do a lot of highway and you replace this by something else, but you can probably get an accessory for the unfaired 1000. The gas mileage is a little bad though. Right now I have a 900RR and it's a 95, and I get like 42 to 45 miles to the gallon. This thing, the average says 38.9. So that's a shame, but you make a lot more power, you gotta pay for it in gas. So see right over there, that red one in front of me. This is red as well, but that's exactly the same model except unfaired, and I think it looks better. I mean, from the side it's the same thing, but from the front, I really like the headlight on that one. This one looks too much like a Gladius, if that's how you pronounce it. Gladius? Ah, it's so smooth. This bike is just so good. And once we get the chance to really crank it up, it's gonna be fun. Oh my god, it's so nice. It's really quiet though with this fairing, I'll give it that. I didn't think it needed it, but now that we're going at around 45, my helmet is extremely quiet. I don't feel any wind at all. I don't think we get on the highway on this test ride, but it would be interesting to go there because it is really nice. It's a little bit chilly today too, which, I mean, people from up north are probably gonna laugh since Florida chilly is like 60 degrees, but I feel a lot warmer thanks to this plastic thingy. It's pretty nice. Ah, it's got so much torque, like, it's fucking crazy. Fourth gear, under 5,000 RPM, you give it throttle and it just fucking reacts. Ah, it's so good. I was looking forward to this so bad till the test rides were back just to try to ride this. I wish you could see how big of a grin I have right now. If you're getting a little bit old for the sport bike shit, and I mean, you don't even have to be that old. I'm only 27 and I feel like I'm ready to switch to something like this, but I just don't, because I don't want to buy a brand new bike, and the old 900 I got, I'm just gonna ride until it falls apart. But it's just, it's so great, it's so comfortable, and it's still just as powerful, if not more, on the low end. And that's really where you get to use it whenever you're out on public roads. If you track it, yeah, I understand why you want to get a sport bike. This is just so nice for day to day. Oh my god. That was 70 miles an hour, and at most I think I've given it like a third of throttle. It's so awesome. Alright, so this is where the instructor told me that I could hold back, so I'm gonna do just that. Hold back and then catch up, have some fun. Oh my god, so much fun. Well, I didn't get to go that fast, but that one turn I think was enough to just let me feel how this thing is on tight turns, and it just, I really recommend it. I've ridden every single bike on the lineup except the brand new 1000cc sports bikes, because they just don't let anybody test ride them yet, probably until they get cheaper and they can afford to have someone drop it. keep turning the high beam on, not meaning to. It's good. It is good. If they hadn't put on that cruiser on this test ride, I think it would have been a lot nicer. I wouldn't have even had to hold back this much. Just because that person's kind of ruining it. Just rolling through the gears and going through every turn, it feels amazing. It's very light for a 1000. It's very light. And the suspension, it's very compliant, so it's not sending your shocks up your back like the other bikes. So easy to turn, like compared to my CBR. It takes nothing, but I guess that's just the riding position, but it is so easy to turn this bike. Come on, go, 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 go. All right, let's see. Oh my god. Ah, it's so fast. So damn fast. Like, look, even top gear here, and I have to roll on. And in just a second, I'm doing 10 more miles an hour. That's how much torque this fucking thing has. You could probably even take off on top gear dead, and it would still go no problem, just because it has so much torque. See, now that we have the headwind against the way we're going, this really is not doing much. I think it was really quiet the other way because the wind was pushing us instead of being against us. So I will retract my comment that this was doing a lot better on wind noise. It's actually the same. The wind is mostly coming here and forward, so really is doing no better than the naked one, and having its little bit of dash down there is all that breaks the wind, really. So because of styling, if I was going to buy this bike, I would get the non-F version. Probably cheaper, better looking, and then you can just get an aftermarket piece that'll probably do a way better job than this thing does, because right now the way it's angled, unless you can tweak it, it doesn't really do anything for you. You know what's really nice about this bike? You look at the tailpiece and it looks kind of strange. It looks kind of like soft looking. It's got a very smooth angle on the back, and you don't understand why, because usually almost all sports bikes are pretty sharp back there. And I thought, I mean, the reason was to hold your butt back. But on this bike, that round portion is really nice, because you can actually just put your butt there and it'll keep you from shifting back without pressing on you with a sharp piece. And almost all sports bikes have this issue where that thing that keeps you, the back seat, the little feature that keeps you from moving back when you give it full throttle, this doesn't have that. But that round indentation at the back is just great for doing the same thing without hurting you. So all around, this bike is just extremely comfortable, extremely fast. I wouldn't recommend it for a new rider, of course, but it doesn't matter because in the US, any new rider can pick just whatever they want, and usually they want fast shit. Not only because of the power, but it has really good brakes. And so if you're not used to being smooth on them, you're probably gonna end up on one wheel. Flip over. The only downside that I would give to this bike, honestly, is that if you don't have traction control on, that it has that stupid light that looks like a check engine light. That would drive me insane. They really need to put that boulevard on a different test ride, because it attracts people like that can't even fucking pull out from a light. It was great.